Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I'll give a minute for some people to come in before we get started. If you read the description, you know what we're doing, or the title. I am going to be taking a look at the full release of the BT6, and I'm going to start building decks. I'm going to most definitely going to be building a Jesmon deck. I'm going to build an Azulongmon deck. I really look forward to that one. And I'm going to build the 3 Musketeers deck. Those were the 3 big things that really stood out to me from the BT6. So I really want to get in and be one of the first people to start making decks out of these cards. Of course, there's going to be the Agumon and the Gabumon decks, but I mean, those are cool cards, don't get me wrong, but I'm really not all super excited about them for some reason. The yellow cards look cool. I might talk on those for a little bit. But nothing here that really build a deck out of that I know. Well, I mean, Dynasmon maybe, but he's more of like an addition to an already existing deck, which is kind of what I feel about a lot of these yellow cards. Is they're great, like parts of a deck, but not like the main theme of the deck. Green's got some cool stuff going on with the suspending Digimon. So, I'll probably look at that at later times. But, black and purple and red are the big things in this deck set. Red has Jesmon, and black and purple and red have the 3 Musketeers, and then blue has the Azulongmon. So, I think we've waited enough. Alright, so first off, to kick this one off, I'm going to be building the Jesmon deck. I am using the DigimonCard.dev because they have almost, well, I would say almost all, but they have a vast majority of the cards already translated, which is pretty cool. And even if they don't have like the artwork translated, if you click on it, they will give you a translation of the card. So, thanks to them, they're on top of the game. Alright, so of course with Hackmon deck, we have Hackmon himself, or Huckmon as he's called in Japan. So we're gonna obviously add 4 Huckmon. Then of course his evolution, Bayo Huckmon. And then Savior Huckmon. And then good old Jesmon. So, forgive me if I'm not digging too deeply into what all these cards do. I'm actually releasing a video soon that will cover these major archetypes more in depth, so you can just kind of wait for that. Alright, alongside the Hackmon, I wanted to try out, obviously, Hackmon's option card, Judgment of the Blade, that lets him attack unsuspended Digimon, or him or any of the Royal Knights, the Hackmon, the Jesmon, all the Royal Knights. And then I was interested in this Red Reamer card. So it's a 4 cost to delete a 6,000 DP or less, but if your opponent has 3 or more Digimon, it boosts that to 13,000. And in the current meta, especially like right now with BT5 and even with this one, like getting wide board sets, getting a bunch of Digimon on the field is like a standard nowadays. So this is almost a guaranteed you're deleting a 13,000 DP Digimon for 4 costs. So I want to play that in there. I'm not sure how many. I'll put 4 in for now, but it probably won't be 4. It's more of a test card, so I don't want it to be taking up too much space. Alright. From there, I don't think there's anything else from this set. that I would have in the deck. Yeah, no. So we'll get rid of the BT6 filter. Now we're gonna be looking for obviously red cards. Okay, so when I saw Jesmon and I started thinking about building a Jesmon deck, you know, Jesmon, oh, the Sistermon. Damn, I can't forget the Sistermon. Hold on. Hold up. Go back to BT6. We gotta add the Sistermon in. Sistermon Blanc. Sistermon Noir. Now, these guys have been sitting out, like, the Sistermon have been released forever. Like, they've been out for a while now. Long before they started releasing all the other BT6 stuff. These were like the first two cards, right? And their effect has always been with Huckmon and Royal Knights. And that's because, mainly because Jesmon isn't a Huckmon, because obviously there's no Huckmon in the name, but Jesmon is a Holy Warrior Royal Knight. So that's why those have to specify Royal Knight, so that they still have a, you know, synergy with Jesmon. But when we're talking Royal Knights, and we're talking red, you know we're also talking Gallantmon. Specifically, this Gallantmon that I thought would be great. So when Digivolved, if you have a red tamer, you destroy one Digimon with 6,000 DP or less, and when you're attacking, for every 10 cards in your opponent's trash, your opponent loses 1 security. Or every 10 cards, 1 security, every time you attack. Every time. So if your opponent has 10 cards in the trash and you attack, that's 1. But if they have 20 cards, it's 2. If you attack and then somehow get a chance to unsuspend and attack again, hint hint, where is it? Save your Huckmon's ability. If you have a Digimon with Sistermon in play, unsuspend this Digimon. So if Savermon evolves into Gallantmon instead of Jesmon, and your opponent has 10, 20 cards in the trash, every time he attacks, you could be doing 2 or 4 security checks. With being able to unsuspend and attack a second time, you know what I mean? Let's say they have 20 cards, you attack once, that's 2 security checks. Unsuspend, attack again, that's 4 security checks, plus the attack itself. And these effects take place before the attack. So you can say they had 20 cards in deck in their trash. You get onto Gallantmon on top of Save Your Huckmon. You know, go to attack, use his effect to trash 2 security, take out 1 security with the attack. Unsuspend with Save Your Huckmon ability. Do it again, take out the 2 remaining security, and then the attack takes the game. Like, that's amazing. I thought that was so cool. So yeah, Gallantmon was like one of the first things I jumped to for this deck. Alright. So now we're gonna be doing, we need to fill out the rest of the stuff. So we're red. Let's start with our Digitamas. Let's take a look at what we got. We got so Yokomon. When you attack an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gets 1,000 DP for the turn. I mean, that's cool because Jesmon has piercing, so you will be wanting to attack an opponent's Digimon, so getting 1,000 DP boost is good. Babydamon, if this Digimon has piercing, it gets 2,000 DP. Now this Digitama would work great with Jesmon, because Jesmon ends up with piercing. And instead of, you know, getting a measly 1,000 boost, with Babydamon, you get 2,000 DP. Turning your Jesmon, because already your Jesmon has 11, and then when you play the Sistermon to the field, he gains another 3,000, right? So that's 14. Plus he gains piercing, which means Babydamon adds another 2,000, that's 16. And if you play Sistermon Noir, right? Gains another 2,000. So it's 18,000 DP on your Jesmon. Oh, that's a no-brainer. It's got to be Babydamon. Question is, what's going to be the last, like the fifth one? Your opponent has 5 more cards in their trash. This Digimon gains 1000 DP. I mean, that would work well with the Gallantmon, kinda. I mean, I guess even with Jesmon, just depending on how many cards they have in the trash. When attacking, destroy a Digimon with 1000 DP or less. Not really worth it. When this Digimon is level 7, gain 1 memory. I'm not sure if I'm going to play level 7s. I don't know if they're necessary, particularly with this deck, but we'll take. Yeah, I'll think about it. It's probably going to be Omnimon if I'm being honest. This is really good for Greymon or Omnimon specifically, so it's a little too specific. When this Digimon attacks a player, it gets 1000 DP for the turn. And not so well with the, because if we're gonna go based on Jesmon having piercing, with piercing you're gonna want to at least try to attack a Digimon, then Yokomon would be better because you'd be attacking a Digimon instead of a player. No. Come on now. If this Digimon has 4 more Digivolution sources, Digimon gets 1000 DP. Now that's a pretty good generic one because your Jesmon's gonna have 4 sources between what? Huckmon, Bayo Huckmon, Savior Huckmon, and a baby form. Yeah, I mean that would, if you build them up all the way from baby form, that would be fine. When your opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gets 2000 DP for the turn. That would work good. Hold on. Because Bayo Huckmon, when you attack, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or less. Right? So you could attack with Jesmon, trigger Bayo Huckmon's ability to delete a Digimon, and then Gigimon's ability would trigger to give him another 2000 DP boost. Oh my god, that would boost your Jesmon to 20,000 DP. That's pretty cool. Let's add him as the 5th card. That's not bad. Let's sort these by level. Okay, alright, so that was easy enough. Next up is going to be our level 3s, and I already know pretty much. I'm gonna look through these, but I pretty much know which ones I was looking for. For one is going to be the new Gilmon. This one from the Gallantmon starter deck, because I'm playing Gallantmon. Why not have a level 3 that can digivolve into Gallantmon? And it's got a deletion effect, so when the opponent's Digimon is deleted, trigger draw 1. Again, when Bayo Huckmon deletes a Digimon, you know, if you've got Gilmon on the field somewhere with a Digivolution on it, or if it's under Bayo Huckmon himself, you get to draw 1. You know, if say you're building up your Jesmon and your Gallantmon side by side, you know, your Gallantmon will have Gilmon and trigger draw 1. I mean, that's got some synergy in there. More than just being able to get to Gallantmon. I'm putting 4 of everything right now, even though I know this is going to go over 50, just because I want to just have them in there, and then I'll play around with exact levels. My other option that I was thinking, the one that I was pretty sure I wanted, was this Agumon, that when this Digimon attacks a player, it gets 2000 DP. While this won't help with attacking the Digimon, when it goes to attack the security stack, it would gain an extra 2000 DP. But let's just look at the other ones real quick. This one's a play card. I already have Huckmon, because Huckmon's effect is an on play, so I already have to hard play Huckmon. I don't want to have to hard play other stuff. No, not useful. Biomon, this one is blocked. I'm not so worried about that. Let's see, this Gilmon, this one has 5 more cards, it's 1000. This Biomon has the on deletion effect, but I really don't want to waste level 3s like that. Zubamons for Ragnarlordmon. This one's a Digiburst effect. Claymons for hybrids. This isn't. This is just for Greymons and Omnimons. This one's for the new Gabumon or the Agumon Bond of Courage. These are for Shoutmon specifically. What does Gaussmon do? Yeah, it only works with other Gaussmon. Okay, Biomon. This Digimon destroys your opponent's Digimon by battle. Draw 1. That's... So do I want more power or more draw power? I guess is the question. Because this could work too. Because Jesmon will be destroying Digimon in battle. I'll think about it. I might stick with yeah, I won't have Greymon. I might stick with my Agumon choice first and playtest that's just 1,000. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with my Agumon choice first and then just playtest the other Biomon just to see. The Biomon blocker is kind of cool, but the level 3 blocker, I've already got that. I've got Sistermon, not that one. This one, Sistermon, is a level 3 blocker. So I think I'm good on that. Next up are going to be our level 4s. Alright. So level 4, honestly the only thing that I'm really thinking about for level 4s, because we already have Bayo Hookmon and Sistermon level 4s. And I feel like these might be too many Sistermon. 4 of each, but I also don't want to have too little and not be able to pull them from the deck. So I was thinking go kind of cheap evolution, like Fugamon or Monochromon. Want to Digivolve blocker level 4 to have a few more blockers in here. So let's add those. 12. Okay. Alright, I think that's plenty for level 4s, although other good options would be adding security attack, like Greymon, or Growlmon that gives you memory when Digimon are deleted, which is another you know, the Jesmon, Hackmon stuff is all about, you know, deleting a Digimon and getting Sistermon on the field and being just really freaking powerful. Alright, so let's move on from level 4s to level 5s. No, that's not what I meant, not 5 cost, level 5. Alright. So for level 5s, no. Another Piercer, no. Let's go Greymon while a good card is on play only. Rudamon, attacking the player or security. Draw 1, but nah. Or Growlmon. If you have a red tamer, destroy one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. I mean, it's kind of a weak, a weak kill. You know what I mean? If your opponent has 5 or more cards in their trash, Digimon gets 1,000 DP. Not really. Azulongmon has the security adding ability. Rise Greymon. Digiburst, you may play a red or yellow tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying its costs. And if you have a tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon gets negative 2,000 DP for the turn. I don't know. I mean, I plan on playing a tamer, but I'm not sure Rise Greymon really fits that well. No. Let's see. When Digivolves gets 3000 DP till end of turn. No. Plus 3 memory for being blocked. No. On play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or less. Yeah, but having to play him? 7 costs to play? That's a lot. For only 5000 DP destruction? I mean, I'm already getting free 5000 DP destruction every time I attack with Bayo-Huckmon. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. See, I'm not so much worried about the main effect because they won't be there for long. When your opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gains security attack +1. That's pretty cool. I mean, that works with the theme that's going on here. But my question being is, why have a Digimon that is, you know, that gives you security attack +1 when something is deleted, when I could have a Digimon that just does it flat out, like Voltramon. You know what I mean? See, this is where it gets difficult. So, it's gonna be a toss between... I'm thinking Voltramon, just because, for the extra security attack. Why not, I guess? Or something with a 2 cost to Digivolve, like Lavogaritamon, Groundramon. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do Lavogaritamon. It's more powerful. But I'm not really seeing a whole lot of effects here that would really work great with this deck. But I need more level 5s. I can't just have the 4 Savior Huckmon and that'd be it. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Let's go with... yeah, I'll try it out with Voltramon. We'll try the extra security attack. I mean, that might be useful. And then, I know I'm already over, but I want a tie tamer. This one here. There we go. So I just gotta get rid of 6 cards. That won't be hard. I don't need to stack them. Okay. So, for level 3s, we got 4, 8, 12, 16. That's too many level 3s. I'm already pretty sure I was going to cut down the sister mons to just 3 each. So 4, 8, 12, including 15. Let's cut Guilmon down, because the Gallantmon is kind of just like a secondary thing. I don't need a bunch of Guilmon to go straight into Gallantmon. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 rookies is pretty standard. For level 4s, we got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's alright, I guess. I prefer 12. I mean, I guess I could bump the Sistermon back up. She is the better one of the two. I don't know. No, we'll just cut it down to 11. And then for level 5s, oh, I mean, I guess we could do 13 rookies, 11 champions, or 8. Damn, 8, 11, I mean 9, but it's kind of a weird number. Okay, so we'll go down to 8 level 5s, 8 level 6s. I'm pretty sure I don't need 4 red reamers. Not really much else I could do. I thought we'd cut down to just 7. Level 6s. I mean, that could work. Does Omnimon really need to be in this deck? That's what I want to know. Why? Why is Omnimon not showing up? I'm confused. Why? I'm not understanding. I guess it's because he's just red. Okay, let's try it this way then. Ah, there we go. So not when I put red on there, it cuts out anything that's dual color. Okay. Which is weird, because didn't it pull up Rise Greymon that was red and yellow earlier? When Digivolve, destroy one of your opponent's Digimon, all of your opponent's Digimon the same name. When attacking by returning level 6, you can make them active again. And that's... Choose one of your opponent's Digimon, delete all your opponent's Digimon and share a name with it. Oh, that's just the alt art. I'm stupid. Oh, God, I got so many alternate arts for this same Omnimon. That one looks freaking sick. Okay, what about Alter S? Trigger de-digivolve one and all your opponent's Digimon. And then delete all the opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. Okay, you may make this Digimon unblockable for the turn by returning one of its level 6 Digivolution cards to your hand. Yeah, there's that. Alter S is okay, kind of nerfs the entire field. Let's see. That's Blitz Omnimon. Blitz. And they got a lot of alternate arts in Japan that we didn't get. Okay. What about X Antibody? An Omnimon can digivolve into this for a cost of 3. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP. I mean, that's pretty strong though. When your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may trash 2 of this Digimon's Digivolution cards in the attack. I mean, 6 costs to digivolve into them is quite a lot though. Especially when the other ones, well, the other ones are 6 too. Like these guys are all 6 cost. So why not? I mean, okay, if I add them to the thing, how difficult would it be to fit X Antibody in here? I probably would want at least 2 of them. kinda have an idea. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rookies is doable. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's cut this down to 10. Right, alright. And then 4, 8. And then 7. We could add a second X antibody in there. Okay. Yeah, that could work. That could work. That could work. And keep in mind, this red Reamer card, I may not even need it that often. I might be able to cut that down to 2. Or Judgment of Blade, that might be something I cut down to 3. Maybe I don't need 4 ties. So there's some. Obviously, I gotta play test it and design it out, but there's some room in here that I could wiggle some things around. I might try Biomon instead of Agumon. I might try a different level 5 instead of Voltramon if I don't feel like the security attack is necessary. I might try like a cheap, like a 2 to evolve instead. Lavagoridamon. I mean, 2 to evolve 8,000. That's pretty cool. That's a good choice if you don't know what to put in your level 5s. Level 5 is where this deck really kind of stalls a bit because there's not a lot going on that kind of synergizes with how this deck plays. And honestly, I mean, unless I'm going up against something with 14,000 DP, these red Reamer cards might be better than the X antibody, because the X antibody deletes 1 with 15,000 or less, right? This deletes 1 with 13,000 or less, which there's not a whole lot of difference there. I mean, unless I'm facing down an Omnimon, I won't need an X antibody. But yeah, I'm okay with the way this sits right now. I'm okay with this. Damn, this deck's $100. Even though these cards don't have prices yet. So just the ones that are already released are $100. Whew. Okay, so that's kind of my take on a Jesmon deck. I mean, obviously it's heavily themed around Jesmon. There might be more mixed up other type deck that plays Jesmon in it that would probably work better. But if I'm focusing on Jesmon, when I think about Jesmon, he's a Royal Knight. Gallantmon comes to mind. So the 2 of them in the deck. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This I would have fun playing this deck. And when I'm done with this, I'm gonna import this into Tabletop Simulator, and then I'm going to play test the hell out of the decks that I build here, and tweak and tailor them a little bit. So. Alright, so we are gonna move on to I'm gonna build the Azulongmon deck. I've been really thinking about that one a lot. This one's gonna take a bit more thought, and I'm gonna have to look around at more cards, because right now I know really only have like 4 cards in mind for this deck. So Majiramon's a must, Azulongmon obviously, and then Howling Crusher possibly as an option, and Desperado Blaster. If I knew how to spell, that would probably help. Desperado Blaster removes 2 Digivolution sources on all the Digimon on your opponent's side, where Howling Crusher removes all sources on all the Digimon. but he's more expensive, and I might not need more than 2 removed, so I'd rather pay 3. Okay, so the issue here now is trying to figure out what cards work with Azulongmon. So Azulongmon's whole thing is removing Digivolution sources. One, when you're Digivolving, it removes 1 source from all of the opponent's Digimon. And then he gains a memory for every Digimon that has no sources. And then he also gains security attack +1 for every Digimon that has no source. So being able to, if you're facing on a board where they have no more than 3 sources, being able to play Desperado Blaster to remove 2 and Digivolve into Azulongmon to remove another 1, and then gain memory for each Digimon. I mean, depending on how many they have, you might still be able to attack the same turn. If they've got 5 Digimon, you're getting a free evolution. And then if they've got 5 Digimon, you've got security attack +5. If they've got 4, you got security attack. You're clearing the entire security check with 1 Digimon. So when I saw Azulongmon and his ability, anytime I see a card that has an ability that you can kind of play with the security attack and have more than just 1 security attack, I'm always thinking, how can I turn this Digimon into an OTK? And honestly, it's not hard at all for him. Like, it's a 2-card combo for most OTKs. Desperado Blaster, and then Azulongmon. And you can Digivolve Azulongmon from Majiramon, who has another Digivolution removal effect himself. When you're attacking, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, you can unsuspend this Digimon. So Digivolving Majiramon into Azulongmon after playing Desperado Blaster, you clear the Digivolutions, you get all the extra security attacks, you get extra memory, you attack, you clear the security checks, you use Majiramon to unsuspend Azulongmon, and you attack again, and you end it in 1 turn. Possibly. It just depends on how much memory you have, but still, 2 turns maybe? At worst? So, but now I gotta figure out what to fill out the rest of the deck, because you can't just play with these 4 cards. So we're definitely gonna want to... We'll start with blue, start with Digitama. We'll see if there's anything that kind of fits with the theme. Your opponent has a Digimon with no sources, draw 1. That's pretty cool. Gives you extra draw power. When your opponent has 2 or more Digimon with no sources, this Digimon gains 2000 DP. I mean, Azulongmon's got 13, so I'm not really concerned he's gonna die in security check, but it is a possibility if there's like an Omnimon in there or something. So having extra DP boost isn't bad. Not so much on that one. From attacking this Digimon, if this Digimon has jamming, draw 1. No, there's no jamming in this. Trash Digivolution card at the bottom of your opponent's Digimon with a level of 4 or less. I'm not worried about getting extra Digivolution trashing, because I think we have plenty. I want something that works with someone having no sources. When one of your opponent's Digivolution cards is trashed, trigger draw 1 once per turn. I mean, it's kind of like this guy. If there's no sources, you draw 1, but it's a bit more specific to when you're trashing, which kind of guarantees you get the draw versus hoping that there's a Digimon with no source. But honestly, between all that's going on here, there'll be at least 1 with no source. So when this Digimon is battling an opponent's Digimon with no sources, gets 1000 DP. Won't be battling Digimon particularly. So I'm really leaning towards Wanyamon here. So if he has 2 or more Digimon with no sources, this Digimon gets 2000 DP. This really helps prevent Azulongmon from dying in security check to an errant Omnimon or something in there. and then I can have 4 of these guys and do 1 of Ubamon, or I can do. Now I'll do 1 of the new guy, the Kiaramon, because that way I know I'm guaranteed to get that draw. Okay, so that was pretty simple. Level 3s. Gabumon, just 1 play, draw 1. I'm not super concerned about, unless there's a really cool on-play effect that works here. I'm not really super psyched about hard playing a card in this deck. Exactly. Keeping him alive is most important, and that Digitama will do just that. When your opponent attack, oh, it's a blocker. So 1 to evolve, level 3 blocker. No, thank you. I mean, that's kind of works because I'm hoping to use Majiramon to unsuspend Azulongmon. I can keep that in mind. The cost of this card in your hand is reduced by 1 for every one of your opponent's Digimon with no sources. I mean, that feels like I'm now trying to, you know, hard play or cheap hard play a Gomamon after I've already got a Zulongmon on the field, and I'm really not worried about a rookie at that point. Galamon's a Digiburst effect. Yeah, no, I'm not worried. There's no Digiburst in this deck. That's hybrid. I think this is the new Gabumon. No, this is just Garurumon Omnimon specifically. Can't reduce Digivolution costs. When you trash a Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon, gain 1 memory. Now that would be cool. I mean, too bad it's a once per turn, because if it's like 1 memory for every card trash, that would be beast. So Belucomon sounds like a pretty cool option for a rookie. That's the new Bond of Friendship one. While your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards in play, this Digimon gains 2000 DP, so that's more power adding right there. So I definitely think I want to play Jesmon to further boost the Azulongmon. Opponent can't gain memory except with tamer effects. Bleh. Discard a Digivolution source at the bottom of. No, I don't want to hard play him. When a Digivolution source is discarded from one of your opponent's Digimon, gain +1 memory. That's just like Belucomon, but he's cheaper than Belucomon. I mean, we got no rookies right now, so we got plenty to play with here. So I think this Goemon would be a good option. Gaining extra memory when trashing sources. When attacking, discard 1 source from the bottom of your opponent's level 5 or lower. He's got nothing. When you have 8 or more cards in hand, gain 1000. Go top 3 cards, add 1. Nah, that's different. When attacking, if you have 7 fewer cards in your hand, trigger draw 1. This is from the starter deck, Wolforce. Okay, so we got the 3 Gomamon. We got the 4 Gomamon, the 4 Jesmon. That's 4, 8. Honestly, it's kind of a toss-up between wanting to play more Gabumon just to get a bit extra Digivolution trashing, or play another Belucomon to get more memory. My main concern, I think right now, I'm not super worried about having enough trashing effects. I'm more worried... Yeah, Badoki Betamon, that's very specific to a certain type of deck that plays Digimon to gain memory, because it doesn't stop tamer effects, which is where most people get their extra memory from, unless you're playing like a purple deck that has memory or something. I don't know. There's some decks that play around with adding memory, which is what I'm thinking about doing with this one, because my main concern would be when you get to the top end, do you have enough to, you know, if you have to play a Desperado Blaster and an Azulongmon and still be able to have enough memory to attack with, you know, just still be able to attack instead of your turn ending. So having Belucamon and Gomamon both on the field gaining you memory would be pretty cool. I mean, the idea would be that you would have a Gomamon or a Belucamon on the field already digivolved into something else. Let's see. Yeah, so it's just on your turn. As long as he's digivolved into something, and he's digivolved into Azulongmon or whatever, you play you play Desperado Blaster, you remove Digivolution sources, you gain 2 memory off of those guys. That basically makes Desperado Blaster a 1 cost. And then you play Azulongmon for 5 and hope your opponent has at least 3 Digimon on the field, if we're assuming you have 3 memory on average. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that ups your chances of being able to play all of that in one go and wipe your opponent out on 1 turn. I can live with that. Of course, I can play test it, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So we got 4, 8, 12 level 3s. That's fine. That should be alright. Let's go to level 4s. If your opponent has Digimon with no sources, this Digimon gets 1000 DP. Not super concerned now, because I think by this point my Azulongmon has like 15,000 DP. Digimon cannot be blocked by opponent's Digimon without a Digivolution source. Now that would be a unique effect to have on there. Because now, I mean, you could just have a blocker block Azulongmon, and that kind of ruins your whole game plan. But if he can't be blocked... You know what? I like that. I like that idea. Hexablow? Yeah. That's, yeah, they... Okay, sorry, I got distracted with Leomon. That was the on-deletion effect. That really doesn't help here. But yeah, the Hexablow line, they're all about gaining that memory, aren't they? Tamer and play and suspend this Digimon. Or, nah. No, those are just alt art. Trash top Digivolution card of one of your opponents. Now I'm not super concerned at this point on that. Discard 1 Digivolution source from the bottom. Airdramon. And battle plays, it's a security effect. XVmon, and suspend 1 of your level 4 or lower Digimon when digivolving. No, that's useless. Garurumon. No, that's specific to Omnimon. Veldramon, trash 2 Digivolution source, 2 Digivolution cards in the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. Yeah, and that's a 1 digivolving effect, so that helps us get up the line. So like, say, Digivolve into him, Balukamon can digivolve into Paildramon. Trash a source, gain some memory. Then digivolve into Majiramon, trash some sources, gain some memory. Very nice. Very nice. You want to use blockers? Yeah, I'll probably have some blockers. Pretty much every deck runs at least 4 blockers now. But yeah, I think Paildramon's actually a pretty good choice too. So we're at level 4s. I had 12 level 3s. I'm probably going to do 10 level 4s. So that's 8. And now I got to worry about blockers. Okay, okay. How about we run Quellamon's a 1 cost to digivolve level 4 blocker. We could probably run 4 Paildramon, 4 Quellamon, and 2 Ikaku. Oh, this one gives jamming. And it's from BT6, so it's probably designed to work with Azulongmon. It gives jamming. You headed out?
Huh?
You headed out?
No, I actually don't have to go.
Oh, why not?
Because Becky's at Kaylee's right now, and
They're right around the corner. Yeah.
Huh?
They're right around the corner.
Yeah, well, Dylan's gonna spend another night, which I don't mind, and Cameron's just gonna pick Kate up from there.
Okay.
Hey, I show you something.
No.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Alright, sorry about that. Level 5 or 4 blockers. Yeah. Damn, now I'm wondering if... Well, I don't have to worry about jamming because Azulongmon is going to be powerful enough at that point. Okay, that was an easy pick then, I guess. No. Trash evolution card. Yeah. Okay, I think we're alright on level 4s. So let's take a look at level 5s. And then we'll have to make a decision if Azulongmon, if it's even worth playing a level 7. Because, I mean, Azulongmon is supposed to be in-game. Do we need a level 7? Okay, so on level 5s, unless there's something with some really good effects, we might have to go with just some cheap evolutions. We're only gonna have 8. Yeah, 8 to pick from. Pseudamon, if one has one of those sources, gain 1 memory when attacking. Okay. That's an idea. Nope. Siegramon, your turn can't be blocked by your opponents with no Digivolution sources. Magna Angemon, discard 1 source on the top of one opponent's Digimon. When attacking, if Digimon has Imperial Dramon, yeah, no. Useless. Piranhamon. Trash the top Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. That's kind of like Majiramon. Marine Chimeramon, you may return one of your other Digimon to its owner's hand. To return one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards to its owner's hand. Trash all the Digivolution cards of your Digimon. It's on play effect. Having a hard play at 7 costs doesn't really seem like it works in this deck. Two to evolve, 7,000 DP. Alright, 1 Digivolving, trash 1 Digivolution card from the bottom of your opponent's Digimon. That works. While your opponent has Digimon with no sources, this Digimon gains security attack +1. Wow, that just makes it even easier. You're right, the whole Hexablau line's really useful. Okay, nope. Panjamon's vanilla. Return when your opponent's level 4 low a Digimon with no sources to its owner's hand. We already have... Oh yeah, that's right, we already have 4 Majiramons, so we might be maxed out on our level 5s now. 4, 8... Yeah. Although I don't think there's anything else that's really going to make much of a difference. We have 8 more cards in your hand, Digimon gains security type +1. Digimon with no sources, this Digimon gains security attack +1. That's like Azulongmon's, but with just 1. So... yeah, so that's just like Crest Piledramon, but with no Digivolving effect. So I think it's a weaker version. When Digivolve, discard 2 sources from the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. I think I'll stick with Crest Piledramon there. Wingdramon Blocker. I think Azulongmon's pre-evolution is Majiramon. Other than that, I don't think they have anything else. Wingdramon as a blocker. I don't know if I really have room for. I'll put it on there as just a thought, like no more than 2. And let's see. Let's go back to BT6 and see what option cards they have that are probably designed to go with Azulongmon, because we're only at 44 cards. We got Howling Memory Boost. Trash 2 Digivolution cards at the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon, then one of your opponent's Digimon with no cards cannot attack or block until the end of the opponent's next turn. That can help you prevent a blocker from blocking you. And then you gain 2 memory as a delay, so that's actually a very useful card. What we got here? Return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to its hand. If your opponent has 3 or more, return 1 to the bottom of the owner's deck. Forbidden Trident. One of your Digimon gets 2000 DP, and when attacking, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. Trash all sources. No, I mean, it's a 1 cost to play. Well, I have 2 more spaces. I wonder if I could fit a couple Tamers in there. Let's see. What kind of Tamers do we have available for blue right now? So, we got Sora and Joe. If your opponent has Digimon with no sources, gain 2 memory. That's awesome. When one of your blue Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Tamer to trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. That actually fits in great. Thomas is trigger draw 1. Suspend this Tamer to unsuspend one of your Digimon with Gallant. That's useless. Davis sets you to 3, reveals, lets you pick blue. We got one of your blue Digimon attacks, you may suspend Tamer to give her 1000 DP, and it works with Vmon cards. I honestly think discard Digivolution source to opponent's Digimon by resting this card, get +1 memory. I really think this one, the Sora and Joe, is perfect, because the idea is to have Digimon with no sources, and then boom, there you go, gain 2 memory. Cool. And you can use it to trash sources too. Alright. take a look. Full cards. We don't need to stack them. Alright, so 4, 8, 12 rookies, 4, 8, 10 champions, 4, 8, so let's sort, 10 ultimates, and then 4 Azulongmon. It kind of feels light on the ultimate end, you know what I mean? Or on the level 6 end. I honestly feel like Howling Crusher at 4 is way too much for a 7 cost card. I wonder if we can fit 2 more level 6s in here. So I'm willing to bet there's another good level 6 in here in blue that will really kind of synergize with this. Trash 4 Digivolution cards under 1 opponent. Play 1 level 4 lower Digivolution card under this card as its own Digimon. Return up to 2 of your opponent's level 4 to their hand. Trash the sources. Cannot be blocked. Vikemon. While your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, this Digimon gets 1000 DP and security attack +1. Okay. If your blue tamer becomes rested, this Digimon becomes active. Once returned, this Digimon becomes active during your main phase, get +1 memory. Now that's a pretty good one because we'll be resting or suspending this tamer quite often every time a blue Digimon attacks, and that would allow me to attack multiple times with Ulforce Veedramon. If you play another Digimon, this Digimon becomes active. It's not a whole lot of hard playing going on here. When Digivolving, you may play a level 4 lower Digivolution card from one of your Digimon. All 4 lower get jamming. Not really the shtick going on here. Return one of your opponent's level 5 or low Digimon to the hand. Trash sources. Trash the bottom Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. When you do, trigger draw 1. It's kind of weak for a level 6 if you ask me. Gain 1 memory for every 4 cards in your opponent's hands. This Digimon is unblockable. Neptune. This Digimon can't be attacked. Not worried about that. This Digimon has a Digimon card with group. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Your Digimon can't be blocked by your opponent's Digimon this turn as a Digiburst 2. That would be useful. You could kind of evolve him up first, then evolve up Azulongmon and Digiburst 2 to keep Azulongmon from being blocked. When attacking, trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Yeah, Hexablau. I was pretty sure Hexablau was the one I was going to end up going with, but I still wanted to look at the others first. Trash 2 sources from one Digimon. Then if your opponent has a Digimon with no sources, this Digimon gains jamming. And all of your opponent's Digimon without a source can't attack or block. That is perfect. All turns. All turns. That means even on their turn with no sources, they can't even attack. That cripples them. Well, you know what? I think Hexablau was the winner here. Slayer Dramon gains security attack +1 when Digivolving, can't be blocked. Yeah, lame. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Hexablau. Back to big screen. Accidentally clicked on Slayer Dramon. Yeah, so Hexablaumon definitely took the cake on that. Okay, so let's see. So I mean, we really have the Hexablaumon line, and then we have stuff for Majiramon and Azulongmon just to make sure that he's doesn't die in a security check by accident, and Hexablau Lion helps make sure that Azulongmon gets the advantages that he needs, and to prevent him from being blocked. Very nice. Okay, so my only question at this point, and I can figure this out when I play test it, do I even need Howling Crusher at this point with so many Digivolution removals, and between Desperado Blaster and Azulongmon's effect, do I even need a Howling Crusher? I mean, it would be a pretty crippling security check if it was in security check and they attacked, because then you activate the main effect and they lose all their sources. That's pretty crippling. But if I could get rid of Howling Crusher, I could probably afford an extra Tamer and an extra Hexablaumon to kind of even things out. I feel like only having 2 makes it really hard to draw them. I'm also not sure if I need the extra 2 blockers in Wingdramon. So 12, 10. Honestly, I think what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to go with just the 4 blockers. I'm going to increase Hexablau and Sora. And you know what? You're right. Let's just take out the Howling Crushers. So now, I like the numbers. You got 12 rookies, 10 champions, 8 ultimates, and then 8 megas. And then we got 4 tamers, which is pretty standard, and some really good clutch option cards. I'm loving this deck. I think this deck has the potential easily of being a tier 1 deck. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, alright, so the last deck that I really wanted to build, just because I find this deck extremely interesting. Its whole mechanic is playing 7-cost option cards, but it's also a triple color hybrid, just by default of how the archetype works. And that's going to be the 3 Musketeers. So obviously Musketeers is a 3 Musketeer. He's red. And then we've got where is he? Gundramon here is a 3 Musketeer, and he's black. And then Deputy Mon is another. He's not a 3 Musketeer, but he's part of the Archetype, it's also black. And then the last 3 Musketeer is BL Starmon, and she's purple. And then Impmon, who's also purple, plays into the 3 Musketeers archetype as well. So yeah, the 3 Musketeers are 3 different colors, red, black, and purple, and then they each have their own option cards as well. So Musketeers has Happy Bullet Showering, which deletes all opponent Digimons with the lowest DP, and it can be played despite what colors you have on the field. So that's what's cool about the 3 Musketeers, is they are triple colored, but the colors don't matter. You can play their option cards no matter what you have on the field. Giga or Rebellion? So Rebellion, trash 1 card in your hand, add this Digimon, become blocker and retaliation, and it's also treated as a black. So that actually, yeah, you're right, that works being mixed color. You can Digivolve from either or. And I haven't really put thought into what other cards are going to be in it. I just know what's part of the Three Musketeers. But you're right, it being a purple and black evolution is probably so it can fit in with the Three Musketeers deck. And Retaliation is an awesome effect. So, Gigadramon, that's gonna be... There's Gigadramon. I think that was a... Right there, black card. He's black and red. Yeah, I mean that too. Black and red. I mean, it's no coincidence that there is a card like Gigadramon and a card like Rebellymon that are multicolor between black, red, and purple. So let's add those in there because they really do, being double color like that really does kind of smooth out the evolutions. The rest of the purple Digimon that they introduced are like demon types. It's a demon archetype, but it's not really fleshed out all that much. Like, it's not like something super amazing. Megadramon, yeah, would be more offensive. Megadramon, I believe, was red. Red and black, so there's that. So this turn gets 2000 DP, and it's treated as also as a black. Okay, yeah, I like that. The question is, did they make a red and purple hybrid? Because that would be cool. Doesn't look like it. It's just red and black, and then purple and black. Okay, let's get back to the option cards. Gundramon is Gewaltschwammer. Deletes Digimon with cost 7 or lower. And then BL Starmon's Fly Bullet. Use option card. Yeah, delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. So there's that. Well, we're already at 40 cards just between those. Jesus Christ. We don't even have enough to flush out this deck yet. Let's see what level 3s they have. Junkmon on deletion, gain a memory. Kurimon, at the end of battle, trigger D-Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. It's a security effect. When this Digimon has blocker, it gets 1000 DP. At the end of battle, play this card without paying. It's a lot of extra security Digimon now. This is a decoy. I'm not sure how I feel on decoy Digimon right now. I know I'm going to make a video covering the effect like I did with the advanced skill, but I'm just not sure on how good it is. Well, your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon in play. This Digimon gains security attack +1. Okay. Level 5. Alright, let's do this the way we've been doing it. Let's start with red, purple, and black. Well, yeah, level 2. Still pull up Digitamas. I don't think there's any red ones that work super well with this. Honestly, it's kind of hard to know what works well with this because its effect is its specialty is just playing those option cards. Really? Hold on. I thought that was just the one Digimon that had a effect with decoy. Let's see. Yeah, when you can just, yeah, so this Machmon is just using this one to save another one. But Mamemon lets you destroy an opponent with play cost of 7 or less. So like, if they make more decoy Digimon that have deletion effects, then this would be a really cool skill. But as of right now, I mean, it's like a slightly weaker blocker, like the Machmon. I mean, it's kind of like blocking, except you're guaranteed to lose your Machmon. But it also it only works on effects. It doesn't work on attacks, so it's like an effect blocker. But which is fine as long as I get something out of it other than just losing my Digimon. I mean, it's alright. It's got its place, but we need more, and we need more that have on deletion effects to make it really worthwhile. Okay, so I don't think any red Digitamas are going to be good, and because our main Digimon that digivolves into the different Musketeers, since Deputymon is black, we're probably going to want to use black Digitamas. So, let's see. Well, Digimon has reboot, it gets 1,000, none of them have reboot. Like, I didn't want to play it the same name. No. Why am I on? Hold on. I didn't specify. There we go. If this Digimon is level 7, gain a memory. It won't be. This is for D Brigade. Digimon is unidentified in its type, trigger draw 1. It's not going to do that. Pokemon, reveal the top card of your deck, add it to your hand if it's a black Digimon card, otherwise place it at the bottom of your deck. You're right, that is pretty good. Pretty good for all black. So, let's see, this one has blocker, gain 1,000. Honestly, that's the only other one that would kind of fit, because Gundramon has blocker. So I guess that one as a 5th would be fine, I guess. On to level trees. We have no level 3s right now. We're at 40 cards already. Jeez. Gotsumon's a blocker. Toy Agumon gives reboot. Opponent can't gain memory except with tamer effects. I guess we'll start with the BT6 guys. While he has blocker, gains 1,000. This Agumon has blocker. He's from ST5. Jesmon as well. That's nothing. This guy gives, if you didn't attack, you get to draw 1. Mandramon's kind of a D Brigade thing. This one, all your black Digimon with 13,000 DP or more gain piercing. Yeah, no, I don't really feel like reboot works with this deck either. I was kind of thinking about it because like Gundramon would be like maybe like a reboot blocker, which is pretty cool because then you can attack and still use them for blocking. But it's only really specific to Gundramon, and he's not the only one we're playing. It's hard when you have like 3 big guys to pick from, and they kind of all have something different that they do. Magna-Kidmon has an extra security attack, Gundramon blocks, and BL Starmon is a recovery card. Look at the top 3 cards. Look at the top card of your deck. On play, on deletion, reveal 3 cards to the top of your deck. You may play. Yeah, no, that doesn't really work. What does this guy do? On deletion, gain a memory. That's a Digiburst one. No, he's Ragnarlordmon only. I mean, at this point, I'm really looking at what? Playing level 3 blockers, I guess? No, I mean, you don't, but they each kind of have their own thing. And because they're all about playing the 7 cost option cards, you definitely want to play all of the option cards. Let's see, let's take a look. This one's definitely a harder deck to build around. Let's level sort. So we do have Entmon as level 3. We've got one level 4, then he's like the only one that really gets you into your into your 3 Musketeers. Gigadramon. So I think we got plenty level 5s. We might actually cut down level 5s. And that's, yeah, I mean, that's obviously I'm not going to run 4 of each level 6. That's just too many. Maybe 2 of each. Like remove Mega or Gigadramon altogether, or just like reduce them? My opponent's turn, you gain an extra 2,000. And the red one, on your turn, you gain the extra 2,000. So, I mean, this one, Gigadramon, would be good for going into Gundramon, and Megadramon would be good for going into Magna-Kidmon. Yeah, so I still gotta figure out what other cards, because the low end is where I'm struggling. Because Deputymon being, I mean, he's able to digivolve directly into one of the Musketeers, basically skipping a level. But it costs, I think it's 6 memory costs. So it's the same thing as digivolving slowly, because it's 3 into Gigadramon, 3 into one of the, well, 4 if you go into Magna-Kid or Gundramon. So it's like, you could save a memory by jumping straight into one through Deputymon, but we also want to be able to digivolve the long way around too. Okay, alright, let's... So I think, honestly, with the level 3s, that's the problem, is Deputymon only digivolves from black. Entmon, while he's cool, he really only has the on-play effect. Other than that, he's useless, because you can't digivolve out of him unless I play some level 4 purples. But playing split colors on the low end really makes it hard to get to your higher Digimon. I don't even know if Entmon's worth it. Yeah, I'm really feeling like he ain't. Like, he's cool, like, you can get 3 Musketeer back from the trash, but he kind of ruins the flow of things. But other than that, as far as blockers go, with level 3s, all I can think of are just playing level 3 blockers. Like Agumon and Gatsumon. If we do that, 4, 8, I'm gonna still need a couple more level 3s. I guess the new Toy Agumon helps, it works with the Gundramon. Or I can do, this one's a new level 3. Well, that's the problem, is if I play low-level purples, I can't digivolve into Deputymon. But he has an on-play effect, so it really, I mean, it's best to play him, hard play him, versus evolving him. So you're right, I mean, so low-level purple might actually be useful. Destroy, draw 1, Gazimon. All players' turn, your opponent can't gain memory except for tamer effects. Sukaimon's cheap. Ghostmon, when this card is trashed due to activation. Activating the Digimon Digiburst. Okay, no. Soundbird mod. You may trash 1 option card in your hand to gain 1 memory. Doesn't let you play option cards from the trash. This one plays it from the top of the deck. This one plays in your hand. And BL Starmon plays option card. Well, you can pick one from the trash and then play one from your hand. Card is deleted by an effect, gain a memory. So I guess if we're playing low level purples, we can put Entmon back in. When you trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, this Digimon gains 2000 DP. Delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon on deletion. Discard 2 cards to the top of your deck. This isn't a traditional purple where you play in the trash. So, I want to build a Dun Devamon deck, that'd be fun. When attacking, trigger draw 1, then trash 1 card in the hand. You may return 1 option card from your trash with cost 1 or 7 on play. That has some synergy there. Just a vanilla Elecmon. I'm thinking, let's sort these out. 4, 8. Let's play some cheap. I'm thinking either Candlemon or Demi Devamons. Just cheap cost to play. Yeah, we'll go with Demi Devamon. So, cheap cost to play, purples. And then they can digivolve into Rebellymon. Well, that's another problem. You know what these three cards have in common? It's black. They can all digivolve from black. Yeah, I'm not. If I don't think the purples really work. I mean, other than Drakmon having some synergy, they don't really work because they can't digivolve. If I play low level purples, the next step would be playing level 4 purples, but then they'd only be able to digivolve into Rebellion, but not the other two. These three all have black evolutions, so if I play black level 3s and black level 4s, I can move into any of these, and then they can digivolve into any of the other ones, or Deputymon can digivolve into them. So we have to go with black level 3s and level 4s, which just means I'm going to be playing a bunch of blockers then, because low level black Digimon, the only good ones are blockers. So for Gatsumon, for Agumon. I don't know why I picked that one. That one's in Japanese. This one. That's 4-8, and then just something else that kind of works. Yeah, here. Boom. Level 3 blocker. Boom. You said that, yeah, you got it. You, the blocker Commandramon. So now I have 12 low-level blockers. That's cool. And those that don't get used as meat shields can digivolve into level 4s. And there's some level 4 blockers too. First off, I'm going to pick out, where is he? Dark Tyrannomon, where are you? There you are. 1 cost to evolve, level 4 blocker. So we got 4, 8, 12, 4, 8. Probably, so I'm going to want 2 more level 4. And I doubt there's anything with some real synergy here, but that's when destroyed. That's a security effect. Digimon gains 1,000, bleh. Azulongmon, all turns, all black Digimon gain 1,000. Seals Dramon, he's a blocker. The BT5 black blocker? I didn't know there was one BT5. Well, there's this one, but he's 3 costs to digivolve. It's kind of a lot. Jazzardmon. He didn't do anything. Digiburst 2, trigger D-Digivolve 1 on an opponent's Digivolve play cost of 7 or less. Meh. BT5. Oh yeah, 2 costs. This is a 2 cost security and blocker. This Digimon can't attack. I mean, he's pretty good. As far as, I mean, he's better than playing like Sealsdramon or Guarddramon because they don't have the security effect. So if he ends up in security, that helps. Okay, I only needed 2 of those. There we go. So this is gonna be a blocker heavy deck. I can see. Okay. So let's take a look. Right now we have 4, 8, 12. level 3s, 4, 8, 10 level 4s, 3, 6, 9 level 5s, 2, 4, 6 level 6s, and then I seem to be missing option cards here. I didn't add Gundram or Magna Kidmon's option card on here. That will take up what's left, except for one card. Where is it? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sort. Let's see. I'm willing to bet there's probably be a good good tamer to play with this. 6. Let's take. I think I'd rather have the blocker with retaliation than I would the extra 2000 DP. So that puts us at 8, and I have space for 2 tamers. What tamers? We're in BT6. I bet there's one that works. If your opponent has no level 4 or lower Digimon, gain 2 memory. When your purple Digimon attacks, you can suspend this tamer to draw 1. Izzy and Joe. If your opponent has 2 or more Digimon in play, gain 2 memory. That's easy. Opponent's turn. When one of your black Digimon is lead, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1. That actually works, I guess. Yeah? Let's just add him in there for funsies. Cool. Here we are. So this deck is functional, playing the 3 different types. It's difficult. It's definitely difficult to have figured it out. But you play mostly black on the low level. You got a ton of blockers. All your level 3s are blockers. Most of your level 4s are blockers. Yeah, the BT6 Black Tamer is useful, very useful. And then any of those level 3s could digivolve into Deputymon, or they could digivolve into Shademon or Dark Tyrannomon and still move on to digivolve into any of the level 5s. And then you can use your respective level 5 to digivolve into one of the 2 Musketeers, or you can use Deputymon to digivolve into any of the 3 Musketeers. And then they play all of their little option cards. So that's cool. This is a really cool looking deck, and I'm honestly kind of hyped to play it. I want to see how well it actually plays out. All right. So we have our 3 decks. I will be building these in Tabletop Simulator as soon as I get a chance, probably later tonight, if not tomorrow. And then I also have a video that I'm currently still editing and will be uploading where I actually go into more detail on each of these archetypes, what the Digimon do and their special abilities. So I just have to edit that down, and that takes forever. And then I'll have that uploaded hopefully in the next couple days. But that's gonna be it. That's pretty much it for the live stream. So thank you very much for being here, man. I appreciate the insight. I appreciate the suggestions, and keeping me company, so I wasn't just talking to myself this entire time. Alright, well, if you haven't already, please go over to my channel, subscribe. That way you know next time I go live, next time I upload a video, and then I will catch you guys next time. Bears noting that I do have a Patreon if anyone's interested. I wish I had the physical stuff. I have custom memory counters that I have made. They're metal. They're pretty badass looking. I'm actually gonna pull a picture up here for you. If I can find it. There. Is this it? Yeah. So I had these coins made. They're 1 1/4 inches, slightly bigger than a quarter, about as thick as 2 quarters. They fit perfectly in between the spaces, the memory spaces on playmats. They're metal, they're damn good quality, and anyone who is rookie level or higher, at least in the US, or champion level or higher tier Patreons for the international, they get a free memory counter. And then all my Patreon members also have access to contests that I'm gonna be running. I'll be running contests. This. There we go. So there's the coin to make it easier to see. And then I'm gonna be running contests to give away playmats. There's Agumon, Gabumon. I have a Bushy Agumon playmat that I'm currently working the design out on. I've got card sleeves in different styles for Agumon and Gabumon. This is all custom designed, so you're only ever going to find it from me. So yeah, if you're interested, there you go. If not, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I do this for fun, so. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace.